Wait, so back to the memorization and I guess the acting to a large extent. You think you struggle with this.
Yeah.
How do you cope with that, or how do you like get comfortable with that? If you think of it as like an actor that is new watching this podcast, what would you say to like fight through that or get more comfortable with that? Does that make sense?
Yes. I'm thinking of an answer. I think I think there's different techniques, right? Like for me, that what tends to work is like repetition and like practicing with someone over and over and over works for me, because then the words aren't like, I can tell when I'm like thinking about the words that I'm saying versus like just being in the moment and like letting the words come out, right?
Yeah.
I think like that's acting, right? Like if acting is just like being present in the moment and having someone else's words like you're sort of the conduit of someone else's words going through,
Yeah.
you know? As an improviser, that's like not what I do, you know? So it does require like, okay, just being super comfortable with someone else's words and then make it feel like they're coming from me.
Yeah.
You know? So I think that like repetition helps. And also finding truth in the words that you're saying so you can like connect to something. I mean, you know, there are some, it depends on what set you're working in, but sometimes they'll be like, okay, you can like change a couple of words, like you can figure out like what you're doing, or some places are like it has to be word perfect, like you have to say it exactly the way that it was written and you can't change anything. That is like really hard for me. Yeah. Right? But like if there's like leeway, or if there's like a conversation with the writer to be like, can I say it like this instead? That feels more natural to me than like this other way, you know? Then I'm much more successful in that way, because it's all about like what the feeling is and then letting the words come out, you know? A fun little pro tip that I've picked up, and I haven't incorporated it yet, but I love this, is Jake Johnson will do this really cool thing.
Never heard of him.
Will do this really cool thing where he will, like, if his line is, I don't know, like, I can't believe you would do something like that, right? Like, he will improvise a couple of words before the line, and then maybe a little after. So it, like, sort of catapults him into, like, the emotion of that line, which I've never seen happen. And it's, I think it does.
That's like a John Rosenfeld.
Okay, well, I'm an idiot then.
Leslie Kahn style. It's have a. Okay. Well, no, you shy away from technique and acting because you think you can't do it and you don't want to be a bad actor. But that's literally it. Like, have a thought for the line. Like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
But he will vocalize it, right?
Yeah,
he's like, oh, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Oh, how could you do this to me?
Yeah. Which
I've never seen anyone do that.
In a class by the years.
Yikes! It's so scary. It's so scary. It's really scary. But I'm just so impressed by how he does that. It's so cool.
Yeah. I mean, my coach is the same thing. Not to take it away from Jake, but yeah, that's like sort of the mindset is like put a thought in your head before this line.
Yeah.
Have a different thought each line.
Yeah.
So it comes out differently.
Right. I think also like
it's not easy for me. I struggle with it.
Yeah.
That's why I like having a coach tell me how to do it.
Why do you struggle?
I don't know. It's to me, you don't, to break down, like if you have 3 lines in a row, to have a different thought each line just doesn't come naturally to me. I probably do it in real life, but I don't necessarily think about it.
I think you're right. I think it's because it's someone else's words.
100%. Yeah.
That I'm just like, oh, I don't talk like this, and I don't think my character would say something. Sometimes.
Yeah.